The first one is called Your Ledger. You found the ledger in a skip in the 1960s. It came from an accountancy firm whose entries in blue ink you wrote and sketched around. This is a metaphor for how you worked, beginning with what was already there, working around, mapping over, distorting, and making your own version. The ledger is an archive of your mind. It is filled with diary entries, which, like most, begin with a promise to write little and often, collecting, and this is a quote, upon these pages all the practical, fanatical, and obsessive threads of your life at this point, and soon peter out. Repetitions of strange and magnetic phrases such as, he has wounded his body in the traditional places, over and over again, on page after page. Passages where you're figuring out sections of Lanark, a panorama which grew in your mind for 30 years. Black and white photos of Glasgow. Sketches referring to your largest painting, Cowcaddens in the 50s, the top right-hand corner of which shows the view from the archive's window, Applecross Wharf, the little bridge over the canal, the low whitewashed fronts of Scotland's oldest surviving canal buildings, and Old Basin House, now on the buildings at risk register. Sketches of pylons, newspaper clippings, charcoal drawings of the canal, postcards of Dunoon. What I'm drawn to is the very first diary entry, written on Sunday, August the 25th, 1963, in which you describe going shopping with your heavily pregnant wife, Inga. You go into a delicatessen in Cowcaddens, the kind that's fairly new to this country, certainly to Cowcaddens. You've come into a little money and are looking specifically for cocktail sausages. There's only one other person in the small shop, and this is a quote as well, a middle-aged, brown, leather-faced Jamaican. When you and Inga enter, he says goodbye and leaves. That's it. Know this, Alasdair, 60 years later, all the practical, fanatical, and obsessive threads of my life at this point lead me here, to this Jamaican man in a deli in Cowcaddens in the summer of 1963, 4 years before my father arrived in the country. For too long, I have been identifying with the wrong people. It is with this man that I stand now.